Today I will be rating all the new dead hand terminal gloves and putting them in a tier list. UU Skins is a CS2 skin store where you can buy CS2 skins with instant delivery. Generally speaking, it's a great store and the prices are very fair in my opinion. A lot of good deals here. Your payments and deliveries are completely protected, which is a very good sign, and the items are delivered to you within just 10 minutes without a trade lock obviously. Millions of skins listed, from very expensive gloves and skins all the way down to cheap skins, so there's a huge variety which I absolutely love about it. Also, a lot of prices are 15 or more % under the current market value. I found this beauty 0.0008. It will take us just a few minutes and we'll receive our skin. Just like that, we got our skin. Check the link in the description. The first gloves on our list are these specialist gloves Big Swell. To be honest, I'm a big enjoyer of those because I really like the waves and stuff. And also these yellowish tones to it, I also absolutely love them. These are not the best gloves in my opinion, but they definitely deserve solid B tier in my opinion. Let's get to the next gloves on our list. The specialist gloves Black Book are also very beautiful, but here's the thing. These are pattern based and a lot of people enjoy these gloves because they're darker than the actual Nocts. The Nocts are actually supposed to be the darkest gloves in the game, but ever since CS2 the Nocts gloves never looked the same as previously, so I think the Black Book gloves will be the new Nocts for a lot of people, and also some different patterns will be sold for a lot of overpay. These gloves definitely deserve A tier, but that's not enough for me to get them to S tier. They're definitely unique and some different patterns could definitely deserve S tier, but we'll keep them at A tier for now. The legendary sport gloves Blaze, I mean, not a lot of people enjoy them. I'm not a big fan of them, I'm gonna be honest, but definitely unique. If you have, for example, a Deagle Blaze and you use these gloves with it, I think it's a very nice combo. Also, it goes hard with a lot of elemental craft stickers, these gloves. So definitely do not underestimate them, and in the factory new conditions these could be very expensive, but unfortunately I will have to put these gloves into the D tier because I'm a big hater of those. I definitely do not enjoy them. If you are one of those who enjoys these gloves, I'm very sorry for you. When I first saw these driver gloves Brocade Crane, I was like, damn, these are so bad, but ever since looking at them twice and then the third time, I think these are very clean. The red color absolutely pops on these. And also with the bird on top of it with that crane, I think it's kinda fire. With the new AK also very suiting. I'm definitely a big enjoyer and I absolutely love the color, it definitely pops. Maybe I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but I'm placing these gloves into S tier. The driver gloves Brocade Flowers are also kinda good looking in my opinion. The color is very unique, it has that Miami Vice color to it, which I absolutely love. I'm a big fan of it, but the colors on top of it with the foil shine effect, not a big fan to be honest. I like the gloves inside, I think the palms look very beautiful. In the good condition it looks absolutely magnificent in my opinion. Without the flowers, these gloves would have been in S tier, but unfortunately I would have to put them only in B tier behind the Big Swell gloves. Now these specialist gloves Chocolate Chesterfield, I can see you rocking these gloves and smoking a cigar maybe or something like that, because these do look fancy. I'm not a big fan of those, it's kinda too much for me. Even though there's not a lot going on here, I definitely do not enjoy these gloves as much as some other gloves, so unfortunately for these I would have to put them also in the D tier. The specialist gloves Cloud Chasers are a different type of breed. I think these are the next gen gloves. These look absolutely insane. I absolutely love the colors. Also, they're completely pattern based, so you can get both dragons on top of your gloves. It will be absolutely insane if you get the matching right. Definitely these will be also very expensive. I have a lot of favorite gloves, including these. I'm definitely putting these gloves into the S tier because I absolutely love them. The sport gloves Cream Pinstripe. I've been hating up on these gloves, but you know what? I actually do enjoy these gloves, but only from the inside. From the outside, it's not really mine. The biggest difference for me is it has that cream color to it, which not a lot of gloves have. And certain people that love the cream color, they will be definitely going for these gloves, even though I think they're not gonna be the most expensive ones. Obviously, the factory new condition, we cannot debate about that. It's always gonna be somewhat expensive, right? But in field tested, I think it's gonna be very cheap, like $150 maybe. But regardless of the price, I'm still putting these gloves into the D tier, unfortunately. Now, this is something completely different. The driver gloves Dragon Fists. We have never seen something similar in CS2. And these gloves could replace the old Razan, the red gloves, or whatever they were called. I think these are very clean. I don't think they're gonna be super expensive, but definitely on the pricey side maybe, because it is, I mean, it's literally made out of dragon material and it looks absolutely insane. I would be definitely rocking these gloves if they are not too expensive. Definitely putting these gloves into the A tier. But not better than the black book gloves. The sport gloves Frosty, understand that a lot of people are gonna enjoy these plain gloves. I like the colors, but I'm not the biggest fan, even though they look similar to my superconductors, maybe even more colorful to be honest, right? But I definitely do not enjoy these as much as some other gloves on our list. That's why I will be going ahead and putting them into the C tier. Yes, into the C tier, I'm the biggest fan of them. Now the driver gloves Garden are something different. I know there's also flowers on top of it, but from all the gloves that have flowers on it, I think these are the better looking ones. I would be definitely using them myself. I think these are absolutely beautiful. I just enjoy the artwork a lot. I absolutely love these gloves. I hope one day I'll be getting my hands on some of these gloves as well. But in the factory new condition, I'm kinda scared the price is gonna be up there. I'll be putting these gloves into the A tier in between the black book gloves and also the dragon fist. I really enjoy the garden gloves. Alright, so the driver gloves hand sweaters, I'm a big glazer of those, right? To be honest, I was a big fan of these when they came out. When I first looked at them, I was like, yes, I need these. But now with the second look, looking at them, these are some grandpa gloves, right? I will be rocking them maybe sometimes, but not always. I think these are kinda unique, but definitely not the best gloves in the game. So I'll be going ahead and putting them also in C tier. But in my opinion, these are slightly better than the Frosty gloves. I do really hate the Frosty gloves somewhat. Now we are talking. This is more my taste. The special gloves Lime Polycam are very beautiful in my opinion. I will be definitely rocking these gloves. Probably super expensive, right? But I will be still trying to get my hands on these. And if I can't, I will be doing some trade-ups and maybe we'll hit with these gloves. It will be absolutely amazing. But these are one of the best gloves in the game currently. That's at least my opinion upon it. So you probably guessed it, I'm putting these gloves into the S tier because I absolutely love these. The sport gloves Occult, I think these are probably the best gloves in the new terminal. I will be definitely aiming at these. This is the best one out of them all. As you can see, I really enjoy a lot of the gloves from the new terminal. But these ones are absolutely insane with the snake on top of the gloves. It looks absolutely brilliant. For example, with an X-ray AK, it would also be super matching. By far, these are the best. I think these are also going to be one of the most expensive ones. At least it's my taste upon it. I can't do it, but they also deserve the S tier. Already got like, what, 4 gloves in the S tier, but I think they do deserve this spot. Now, the specialist gloves Pillow Punchers are probably one of the most favorite gloves in the whole community currently because they are the whiteout gloves going very well with a lot of loadouts. For example, the USP Print Stream, the USP Whiteout, or the M4A1S Print Stream, for example, and a lot of other skins. But these gloves will be very demanded. I'm a big fan of those, but not a huge fan. I wouldn't place them into the S tier. Yes, unfortunately it's not enough for me, because as you know, I like it more colorful and stuff. I will be placing these gloves on top of the A tier, or actually next to the black book gloves. I mean, it's probably the same place for me, you know. The driver gloves Plum Quill, obviously these are Imperial Plates gloves 2.0, I guess, with some ostrich move on top of it or whatever it is. And I definitely do not hate these gloves, but I'm not a big fan of those. These don't deserve S tier, they don't deserve A tier, B tier, they also do not deserve. In my opinion, these gloves are bottom of C tier. I like the color, it makes up for it, that's why it's not in the D tier. I don't want to be a huge hate up on these sport gloves Red Racer, but if you're a little child and you enjoy race cars and stuff, I would be definitely going for these gloves. I'm joking, obviously, guys. If you enjoy them, definitely go for them. But I'm not a big fan of these, and I always have the urge to roast these gloves, even though they're kinda clean. If these gloves wouldn't have that 80 up on this glove, I would be maybe rocking it, but the number looks just kinda odd for me. That's why I'm not a big fan of those, but I like the inside of the glove. It definitely looks very clean in my opinion. Just because the inside looks kinda clean with that cream color, I will be putting these gloves into the C tier as well, behind the Plum Quill gloves. Next on our list are the legendary driver gloves Psych-Aya, or how I like to call them, the Wi-Fi gloves. Obviously a lot of hate going on with these, but I can see a lot of people using them still in the future just because these are new gloves, and something new is always better than something old. At least it's in the CS2 economy like that, right? And then in the future prices settle down, go lower, demand shifts and stuff. I wouldn't be going for these gloves. I think they don't have a bright future ahead of them because they are not the cleanest gloves, I guess. I'm definitely putting these gloves into the D tier. These are probably one of the worst gloves in the game. Now the specialist gloves Sunburst remind me a little bit of the Marble Fade gloves, but maybe a cheaper knockoff version of them. I definitely enjoy the inside as well. I also like the red touches to it, but the sun and stuff, I don't like it. I think it's also pattern based, so maybe you can get like some nice patterns. It just reminds me of the Solitude gloves, I guess, which we never had and we'll probably never see in CS2. But it just reminds me of the Solitude pattern. That's why I'm a huge hater of these. Please don't hate me, but I'm gonna put these gloves into the D tier. We still have some spicy gloves left, the Sport gloves Ultraviolet. Obviously one of the craziest gloves in the game. These are gonna be crazy expensive. They're also pattern based. There's so many different patterns. As you can see, we got the good pattern here because we have the nice purple color on both of these hands. It's also possible to get the turquoise color on the right hand, for example, or on the left, depends on the pattern, right? A lot of people do not like these gloves because they say the Vice gloves are way better and stuff, but I don't care, guys. I love these, I'm gonna be honest with you, and that's why I'm also placing them into the S tier, but behind the Oculus and Cloud Chasers. Now the Sport gloves Violet Bedwork are also absolutely insane. I can also see a lot of demand for these. Honestly, I have no idea if these are pattern based, but I think these are not. Obviously, all the gloves we have been looking at were in the factory new condition, kinda clean looking, so in worse conditions they could look slightly different, maybe with some other colors. But I absolutely love the inside with the leather on the outside as well. These are some clean gloves and I will be also rocking them. These definitely deserve the A tier. The last gloves on our list are the Driver gloves Wave Chasers, and I know for a fact that a lot of people will enjoy these ones, even though the dragon on the left hand, for example, looks very goofy in my opinion. But I can see the community enjoying these gloves just generally, just because they're completely white with the blue accent to it and also some dragons, so a lot of people enjoy dragons in the CS2 community, as you know. So that's why I will be placing these gloves also in the A tier. As you can see, this is our tier list. I think it's pretty decent, at least it's my opinion. If you have some other opinions about these gloves, let me know down below in the comments. I would be very interested. Also, I'm currently doing the sticker Chrome Dome Holo giveaway. If you want to participate and win this sticker, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up on this video and comment something down below. I'll be choosing random comments. I wish to all of you the best of luck, and don't forget to put your Steam trade link into your YouTube description. And if you are interested in more CS2 investment videos, definitely go ahead and watch my other videos.